7th December 1941. This was the last day in history, after which the map of the world was going to change forever. A disaster was about to hit that Navy base that no one could have predicted. Taurus Miller, an African-American girl present in the battleship. The sun was rising. He serves breakfast to the Navy officers and then goes to collect their laundry. At exactly 7:57 in the morning, he lets the tourists hear a siren which perhaps no one wants to hear in the service. He immediately comes out, and it is astonishing to see that the entire sky has been covered with Japanese bomber aircraft. In the blink of an eye, it seems as if an apocalypse has struck the entire level base because the Japanese aircraft started selectively destroying the American ships. It was done at the Pearl Harbor base, and today we will know that Japan had such great courage to attack a country like America because of fear. Why was America's biggest award given to a cook named Smaller? And why America had nuclear-attacked Japan? Our interesting story begins in 1941 when in World War II, America had staked everything to save China. Yes, the same China against which today, in 2023, America talks openly about it. It was as if 3 years had passed since the start of World War II, in which Germany and Italy were on one side, while Britain, Netherlands, and France were on the other side. America had no part in this war. It was completely neutral, because due to the losses suffered in World War I, America wanted to keep itself completely away from the wars in Europe and Asia. But there was one country which America was continuously harassing, and that was Japan, which had natural resources. Due to lack of resources, it was aggressively taking over neighboring owners so that it could fulfill its demands for natural resources. Japan had captured large areas of Korea, Taiwan, and China. Philippines and Malaysia are close to Japan in the Pacific Ocean. And it also had an eye on Indonesia. But the spice was that Malaysia was a British colony, Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands, and Philip was a colony of the neutral America. Japan's occupation of these countries was not going well at all because behind the tongue there was altruism. Hitler had a hand in this, and Hitler was the enemy of Britain and America. Seeing these actions of Japan, in July 1941, America stopped giving oil to Japan. Japan did not have its own oil, but it imported 80% of its demand from America. America used to put this condition in front of it. First, it would have to give up its hold on China, and then it would be given oil. This was a very difficult decision for Japan. On one hand, if it had given up its hold on China, then the whole world would have understood that in this, despite Hitler's support, they surrendered to America. On the other hand, there was oil, without which Japan would have been in a weak position. Japan decided that it would not take back its guns from China, but instead it made a plane from within. He would capture Indonesia for oil, but it was not so easy as we have already known that Indonesia was a colony of the Netherlands at that time, and to reach there it was necessary to first capture the Philippines, which was America's. Japan was well aware that if it attacked the Philippines, it would be retaliated from the American level base Pearl Harbor in the Pacific Ocean. But because the oil reserves near Japan were rapidly depleting, and there was no other option but to attack, not on the Philippines, but on Balhaur. Yes, the Japanese military leader decided that he would do a surprise attack on America's Pearl Harbor base and destroy the entire base, so that after that, Japan could easily attack the Philippines. The captured soldiers were now secretly preparing to attack Pearl Harbor. He started preparing his fleet, which included 2 battleships, 39 submarines, 30 destroyers, and heavy 414 bomber aircraft. These aircraft were issued by 6 aircraft carriers for Pearl Harbor. On the one hand, if we estimate the American force stationed at Pearl Harbor, it included 8 battleships, 59 anti-aircraft ships, submarines, and 390 aircraft. Then America had enough forces to thwart Japan's attack. But for this, it was necessary that they should get information about this attack in advance. But Japan wanted to keep the attack a secret in every way. That is why the Japanese commander decided that before the attack, he would stay away from any wireless communication with Kim. After covering a distance of about 8,000 kilometers, now Pai was only 370 kilometers away from Barabar, and this was the point from where the aircraft were taken off to attack. The biggest attack was going to take place in which America was not yet involved, on 7th December 1941. 350 Japanese aircraft on 757 aircraft attacked Pearl Harbor in two different groups. The Americans, who were completely unaware of this attack, felt as if doom had fallen on them. The first group of Japanese had rained bullets. For 45 minutes, this sail kept attacking every bar and then went back. At first, it seemed that perhaps the attack was over, but after 10 minutes, another group of bumper aircraft arrived and destroyed the base by raining hailstorms for a whole hour more. This attack continued for 1 hour and 15 minutes, in which Japan had the upper hand. 20 vessels, 8 battleships, and more than 300 planes were destroyed. The ground was covered today, and the sky was covered with clouds yesterday. During this time, there was also an African-American Bavarchi Dar Smriti in one of America's battleships, which we had mentioned in the beginning of the video. During laundry collection, Taurus heard a siren. By the time he came out, a Japanese torpedo missile hit his Shiv. It took place in which many officers, including Captain Shiv, were injured. Due to fear, Sneha alone shifted the injured to a safe place and then went to the anti-aircraft machine gun and herself attacked the Japanese aircraft. A total of 6 Japanese were ready without training and had come on the way while this Japan was involved in the attack, which was later awarded the Navy Cross. The biggest award of that Navy is the second biggest award after the Medal of Honor in the United States. After 1 hour and 15 minutes of being attacked, the Japanese aircraft went back, but now they also attacked America. The same America which was not involved in World War II before this attack had pushed it into World War II. The very next day after the attack on Pearl Harbor, America decided to teach Japan a lesson and also declared open war against them. For the next 3 months, America was busy in restoring its naval base. Fortunately, many shops were submerged in shallow water which were capable of repair. After 4 months, America attacked Japan in the same way as they had done earlier on Harbal. Yes, in April 1942, American Army rained bamboo on Japan's capital, Tokyo. This was America's first deadly attack in World War II, but after this, America did not stop. The martyr fight between Japan and America continued for the next 4 years, in which America now had the upper hand. The tongue had become very weak in this war, but it was not giving up in any case. Surrender was not in front of the Americans. Finally, in August 1945, America used its last card against Japan. On August 6, 1945, at 8 o'clock in the morning, a Boeing B-29 Superfortress aircraft was seen over the city of Hiroshima, Japan. This aircraft dropped a 4,400-kilogram little-by-name bomb on Hiroshima. Exactly 43 seconds later, there was a massive explosion and everything turned white. After that, a ball of fire went from the ground to the sky, which made the temperature of the ground reach 5,000 degrees Celsius. This was the first nuclear attack in history. It reduced the Japanese military leaders to 80%, as if the ground was under their feet. They had just slipped away, and before they realized anything else, on the 9th of August, America also dropped a nuclear bomb on the Japanese city of Nagasaki. This was a Mark III bomb, whose code name was Fat Ma. Weighing 4,670 kilograms, this bomb destroyed many people. The entire city was destroyed by the 2 nuclear bombs which were used on humans. According to an estimate, around 260,000 people lost their lives in these 2 nuclear attacks. The very next week, Japan surrendered to America, and in this way, World War II also reached its conclusion. If you liked the video, then please subscribe to channel for more video like this.